Give it up for Wu Manchu. Well, I really hope Soreth shows up soon because he does have to do comedy later. You guys, I find it really peculiar that the only two demographics of people who jump rope are 5-year-olds and professional boxers. But maybe jumping rope is just what you do when you can't read. I had a weird interaction with a 5-year-old the other day. I walked outside of a Barnes & Noble, and this little kid came like running right in front of me, like right in front of my path, and like stopped where I was going. And his mom came like running right, by him. She's like, honey, I didn't catch what the kid's name was, but it was one of those like, white kid names. It was like Braden or Jaden or Bin Laden, one of those. And she was like, honey, you can't just run away from me like that. We don't live in a small town anymore. And she looked at her kid, she sideswiped eyes with me, and looked back at her kid, and she was like, there's scary people here. Which I don't think is fair, because I don't think I look scary. I think if I look like anything, it's gentrification. I feel like I look like I have a YouTube playlist of impressive Scrabble moves. Scary. One of my coworkers just had a baby, not on purpose. I work at a restaurant, Hey, work friends, how are you? And she was like, hey, do you want to go out for drinks after work? And I was like, oh, cool. Did you get a babysitter? And she was like, no, I'm taking the baby with me. I can't leave my baby with just anybody, which I thought was a really weird thing to say, because like, leaving your baby with just anybody is what the universe did to you when it gave you a baby. People specifically know who I'm talking about. They're both you guys, you're cool, that went well. You're a cryptozoologist if you're a scientist who looks for Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster, stuff like mythological creatures. And I just feel like cryptozoologist is a very self-assigned title. Like, you're calling yourself a cryptozoologist, we're just calling you that dude with a ponytail, right? That's like when people ask me what I do, and I'm like, I'm a comedian, and I don't say waiter, it's the same thing, right? They're like, oh, we're not crazy people, we're not psychos, we're just looking for new species in the wild, we're looking for new animals. We're just only looking for animals that have episodes of the X-Files about them. But I don't even think they're really looking for mythological creatures. They're only looking for Bigfoot. I've never seen one TV show about people looking for the 16th century golem of Jewish lore. They're just looking for Bigfoot. Like, you guys, the giant squid is real. They found a 40-foot squid in the ocean, and cryptozoologists are like, I really don't want to get wet, so I'm gonna skip that one. Even if I wanted to look for the Kraken, I lost my fishing gear in the divorce. So you guys, I don't want to be a cryptozoologist. I want to be a cryptobotanist. I want to look for mythological plants. You guys remember that solar eclipse a few months ago? You guys were all busy staring at the sun. I was trying to find that Venus flytrap from Little Shop of Horrors. You're a cryptozoologist if you are interested in animals that don't really exist. You're a cryptobotanist if you're interested in plants that don't really exist. And if you're into cryptocurrency, pretty soon your friends won't exist. Did you guys read that interview that Henry Cavill gave a couple weeks ago? It was awful. He was like, I don't I'm afraid to flirt with women because I don't want people to think I'm a rapist. And I was like, this is awful. But then like while I was reading this interview, I just knew that dude is really into Bitcoin, you know? Like, I just feel like the Venn diagram of people who are really into Bitcoin and the people who don't believe in the gender wage gap is just one circle thing. Like, the next line in that interview was just going to be Henry Cavill being like, oh no, the cool thing about blockchain technology is that it prevents the Federal Reserve from friend zoning you. I hate the sport of golf. Really hate golf a lot.
Yeah!
Yeah! You're gonna like this bit. I really hate golf. I think that people who play golf really hate golf. I think everybody hates golf. You win a game of golf by shooting the lowest score. That just means taking the least amount of strokes. That means that the winner of a game of golf is the person who has to play the least amount of golf. Really hate the uniforms in golf. Sorry, Tommy, about to make fun of your outfit. Really hate the uniforms. Really hate the uniforms in golf. You got to wear a collared shirt because this is a gentleman's game. Like in every other sport, you wear sport-appropriate clothing. You know, you wear a glove in baseball so you can catch the ball. In football, you wear a helmet to protect yourself from massive hits. In golf, you just wear your nicest polo because this is the 4th grade and it's picture day and Mom said so. Golf's a very white sport. I get a lot of resistance on that. People don't want to admit it's that white. They're like, what about Tiger Woods? Tiger Woods isn't white. And it's just like, all right, cool, you got Tiger Woods. And then other than that, the only other black golfer is Ernie Els, who, yes, is from Africa, but he's from South Africa and he's white. Augusta National Golf Club got in a lot of hot water a few years ago because they wouldn't let women be members of their golf club, which is ridiculous. It's super fucked up that they wouldn't let women be members of their club. But maybe part of the problem was that Augusta National Golf Club couldn't find a single woman whose idea of a good time is hanging out with a bunch of sweaty old dudes who think a successful round is finishing as fast as possible. You definitely look like you like golf. So do you, long hair and metal shirt. Did you guys know that Rob Schneider is an anti-vaccination activist? If you watch an interview with Rob Schneider, he always says the same thing. He's like, listen, I've got 2 daughters. I'm worried about it. I'm worried about their health and their safety. I can't vaccinate my 2 daughters. And I just find it, like, unbelievably upsetting that somebody would fuck Rob Schneider twice.